everybody, good afternoon. Claire here from Bespoke Wellbeing. I just want to jump on today to talk a little bit about our long COVID clinician peer support group that we are running. So we've got our third session on Monday, so it's the first Monday of the month at 6 o'clock. And I just want to make sure that everyone knows about it and invite you all to come if you haven't grabbed your place. And this peer support group is for doctors, nurses, therapists, any clinicians that are helping to support and manage those living with long COVID. So the purpose of the peer support group is to share learnings, update on the latest evidence that's coming out, look at case studies, and basically keep the ear to the ground and get sort of an MDT discussion going around the best way to help people living with long COVID and how they navigate their recovery and their rehabilitation. And ultimately, we want the best for our customers, so our funding customers, but also importantly the patients as well. So we have our third one next week, and it's at 6 o'clock, and it's about an hour, so it's sort of 20 minutes with a speaker, followed by Q&A, and then we have some networking, which is a fantastic opportunity for you to meet with other clinicians who are also working with long COVID clients. So there may be opportunities to cross-refer, but also just to learn from a wider multidisciplinary team. So it's great. And next week, I have my fabulous clinical director from Bespoke Wellbeing, Colette Owen, coming along to be a speaker. So she'll be taking the floor for the first 20 minutes. And we're an occupational health physiotherapy company, and we deliver a virtual pathway for long COVID clients. So we are funded by employers and income protection kind of claims. So they are the funding party for us. And we take people through an assessment process and a 6-week rehabilitation, a virtual rehabilitation one-to-one, and with some educational booklets as well. And so next week on Monday, as part of the peer support group, we're going to be presenting a case study, or Colette's going to be presenting a case study for us. And it's been so interesting. We've had a number through the pathway now, but there are some common themes that we are finding. And so this is going to be a fantastic case study to come and listen to and to ask questions and share ideas. And I've pinned Colette down. There are a few themes within the case study on Monday that she's going to be talking about. So the first theme in this particular case study, which we've seen a lot of, and I'm sure those of you that are listening who are working with long COVID clients, it's really a common thing we're seeing, is trying to distinguish between fatigue and deconditioning, because it's important, because we need to differentiate between them, because the way that we manage them is very different. Okay, so the type of rehabilitation that you set and the goals, everything is a bit shifted depending whether you think it's fatigue or deconditioning of your client. The second theme is around the concern regarding work and reinfection. So we're seeing a number of people that are feeling as if they were infected with COVID-19 in the workplace, and they're concerned about the measures that are in place or not in place, and there's a lot of anxiety around where they perceive that they caught the virus from. So that's another thing we're going to be talking about. And the last one is actually sort of when people are back at work with long COVID, and how they move and navigate around the workplace. So we're seeing people with kind of bladder bowel symptoms that they're still suffering with, and actually being able to get to the toilets, and if the toilet isn't near where they are, sort of that walking stairs to get to there. But also if their work is involving lots of stairs, for example, or walking, there's other symptoms like fatigue and the breathlessness, and how we kind of navigate around that to help those living with long COVID back into the workplace. So they're the main three themes that we're going to be talking about, but Colette's going to run you through the case study, which can be really, really interesting. So I really do hope that you guys can come along. So if you haven't already bagged yourself a place, I will put the link below so you can sign up. Everybody is welcome, but we just ask that you are a clinician that is working or interested in working with those with long COVID. It isn't a patient group for people to come along who are with long COVID themselves. It's more for clinicians to have discussions around the best way to help and support those with long COVID. But this one is very much around the return to work focus as well, and the rehabilitation. So I hope to see you there. Any questions, just put them in the chat below. And I hope to see you all on Monday. Have a lovely weekend.